Welcome to Parsha with Purpose, where each Parsha becomes a guide to living with meaning, serenity, and joy. Parsha Shemini contains a moment that is both difficult and deeply stirring. On the very day the Mishkan is inaugurated, at a moment of closeness and joy, Aaron's two eldest sons, Nadav and Avihu, bring a fire that was not commanded, and they are taken from this world. In the aftermath, the Torah says something subtle. Moshe speaks to Elazar and Isamar, Hanosarim, the ones who remained. Rashi tells us something startling. They were not just remaining in the simple sense. That word means that Moshe spoke to the surviving sons. Rashi comments that the decree should have included them too, not because of what happened in the Mishkan, but because of Aaron's participation in the sin of the golden calf. But through Moshe's tefillah, through Hashem's mercy, they were spared. They were still here, not by accident. And that word carries a certain weight. It doesn't just mean the ones who are left. It means the ones who are still here for a reason. There's a powerful idea brought by Rabbi Dov Zev Weinberger. He says that the terminology survivors that we use today has a special connotation, and that is people who survived the Holocaust. And unfortunately, we now know that never again was again, and we use the terminology for October the 7th too. But when we think of people in the rest of the world, they're not survivors, because they did not experience the horrors of what happened in Europe. But in truth, says Rabbi Weinberger, survival is broader than that. He says we still all need to look at ourselves as survivors. If Hitler got his way, chas v'shalom, or if Iran and their useful idiots, unfortunately far too many of them, got their way, I don't need to spell it out for you. Rashi explains that a survivor is someone who was supposed to have died, and for some reason, by Hashem's mercy, they did not. Says Rabbi Weinberger, we are all survivors. So what does that mean for us? To be here at all, to wake up to another day, to have another chance to live, to choose, to grow, that itself is a form of being a survivor. Still here. And if we are still here, then it means something. Not in a heavy, overwhelming way, not with pressure, but with quiet significance. You matter. Your presence matters. What you do with today matters. And maybe this is especially meaningful as we begin Sfiras HaOmer. The Omer is built on something very simple. One day, and then another, and then another. No single day necessarily feels dramatic. No single step feels like everything. But slowly, quietly, something is being built. And maybe that's the point. If we're still here, then we don't need to do everything at once. We just need to do something. A small step, a small shift, a small act of growth. Because those small efforts are not insignificant. They are the way we respond to being given another day. The way we say, I'm here and I have something to contribute. Not because I'm perfect, not because I have it all figured out, but simply because I showed up. And that in itself is powerful. So as we continue counting, maybe we don't need to ask, how do I change everything? Maybe we can ask something quieter. What is the one small thing I can do today because I'm still here? And let that be enough to begin. Good Shabbos.